everybody, welcome to Mark's Remarks. Today I'm going to be making a chicken stir fry with vegetables and hash brown. Now in a moment I'll show you the chicken. It's defrosted, I'm about to cook it. I'm going to be using the Uncle Ben's Mexican Tangy tomato stir fry. There you go, 2 for £1, 2 jars for £1 in Poundland. So that's that. And a whole bunch of vegetables, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, first thing, I'm going to fry the meat. Oh, and also, before I forget, it's just gone 20 to 9 in the evening, so we'll be able to show you exactly how long this dish takes to cook. There we are, first job. We've got the chicken in the pan. This is, there's about 6 or 7 chunks here. I've got these frozen in a bag from one of the freezer shops. Anyway, so it's quite convenient. It's just big chunks. Defrost them, cut them up as you've seen before. Cut them into small pieces because I want them to cook fairly quick and evenly, and also I want them to be bite-sized. You know, and I find that when they cut into small pieces, they cook a lot faster as well. There you can see. Where it's touching the heat, it's turned white. So we'll do this for about approximately 10 minutes or so. We'll see by the clock there. Yeah, we're going to get rid of all the pink. Okay, this has been cooking for about 3 or 4 minutes. There's still some pink in there. Still got a few chunks to cut up in half. But it's getting there, and just a case of leaving this to cook on the heat for a total of 10 minutes or so. There you go, till it's golden brown. Okay, just find a chunk, cut it in half, and that's all there is to it. Now, as you can see, I've been cooking this for, turn that up there a bit, about 10 minutes or so, 10-12 minutes. It's starting to sort of turn a slight golden brown here. Not quite as dark as I want it, but it's time for the hash browns. Now I've got 6 hash browns in there. They're going to go in on 200 for about 15, it says 15 to about 18 minutes on the packet. I've got them in there for about 18 minutes. So hopefully that'll time out just the same, roughly the same time as the vegetables and the meat. What I'm going to do here is, just before I put the vegetables in, I'm going to put a little bit more oil in there. It's starting to get a little bit dry. There you go, mix the chicken. Chicken's looking very nice, very golden. Okay, the vegetables. Okay, we've got carrots, peas. These are all frozen. None of these were sort of like, fresh, but they're frozen. Carrots, peas, sweet corn. We've got onions over here. Broccoli in the middle. And we've got Brussels sprouts. We've got 6 Brussels sprouts. So that'll make a nice little change. Now I'm going to fry these vegetables in with the meat. Let's see, I'll put the sprouts in first. If I'd have had time, I would have defrosted the sprouts, but they should cook alright. And also, once they start to heat through, I'll cut them into little pieces as well. Okay, broccoli, the onion, the sweet corn, the peas, and the carrots. There you go. Any vegetable will do in this stir fry. There you go. Just mix it up. Get it all coated in the hot oil. There you go. So it all gets contact with the heat. It'll start to cook. And in a few moments, like I say, I'll cut the Brussels sprouts into halves, so they'll be bite-sized and they'll cook through more evenly. Normally I boil Brussels sprouts, but I thought a bit of an experiment. I'll put them in the stir fry, see what happens. Anyway, So that's 5-2. We'll come back in a few minutes to see what's going on with the veg. There we are. It's been cooking for a few moments. So what I'm going to do, the Brussels sprouts are still a little bit hard. I should have defrosted them, I think, but they're starting to soften up. So I'm going to cut them into sort of halves or thirds, and then they'll heat through a lot quicker. There you go. And hopefully they'll still have a little bit of crunch on, hopefully, because the carrots normally do, even though they're being, you know, fried and whatnot. Okay, I think there was 6 Brussels. Yeah, still a little bit hard, but they do cook through fairly quick. There we go. So they've been cut up very nicely into small pieces. They'll mix around in there, and they get, you know, get a piece of broccoli in every spoon, hopefully, or most spoons. Okay, and then just continue to mix it around, make sure it doesn't burn. There you go, as a close-up. It's looking very colourful. The onions, oh, the onions smell really good. There was a lot of onion in there. There you go, turn it over. It's on 9 out of 12, the heat, so it's on a fairly high heat. Okay, we're going to leave that there for a few more minutes. Now, as you can see, so far the whole thing has taken, what's that, 20 minutes. And we're at the stage now where the hash browns are another 10 minutes away. The vegetables have cooked and the chicken have cooked nicely. There we go, just give that another quick turn over so it doesn't stay on the heat too long, so it, you know, get it all mixed around. Oop, I'm losing a bit of onion there. Okay, now it's time for the Mexican tangy sauce. There we go. And what I'll do, I'll turn this down to 7 as well, because everything's cooked. We just want to heat the sauce through. Okay, I'm going to go on and put the rest of that in there and give it a mix. What I've gone and done is, because you know that there's a lot of, you know, sauce residue in the glass, I've put a little bit of water in here. Give it a bit of a shake, and if this dries out too much, I can always pour some of this water in the stir fry, just to, you know, add some moisture to it. There we go. Give it a turn over, get everything coated in the sauce, and then let it simmer. Maybe add a little bit of water from this jar, because the sauce is actually quite thick. If you go for a cheaper brand, which I normally do when that's not on offer, the cheaper brands are normally thinner. They've got more water in them, so they're pretty good. But with the more expensive brands, they're thicker because they've got less water in it. Well, you know, from what I've seen, so you've just got to add a little bit more to it. Okay, so I'm going to give this a mix, let it simmer, and the hash browns will be another few minutes away. Okay, like I mentioned a moment ago, I'm going to pour a little bit, just as you can see it, just a little bit, just enough to get it get it loosened up a little bit. Mix that in. Of course, you're replacing all this steam that's coming out. That's all you're doing. You're not sort of diluting the flavour or anything. You're just adding moisture back into the food. What I've done, I've mistimed the amount of, you know, the hash browns. I should have put them in earlier. All right, so this I'm trying to sort of keep on the heat until the hash browns are done. So what I'm doing, I've had to put the water in a couple of times off camera, and there's I think this is the one time you saw me, this is the third time I've had to add a little bit of water, just to loosen it up, because the hash browns are going to be a few more minutes. That's the trouble, when you're cooking so many ingredients together, you know, trying to time everything is quite a juggling act. But yeah, like I say, the hash browns are going to be another 5 minutes or so. So all I've got to do is keep this full of moisture, and it'll be good, because you know the longer it cooks, the thicker it gets, because there's less, all the water's leaving. But it'll still be good. Just got to add a bit of water. That's all. Right, here we go. Hash browns are done. Yeah, it's all about timing. Anyway. Okay, so 6 hash browns. I'm going to spread them out a bit, turn the heat off. And now, it's just about right, because this is about as long as I can cook this without it going solid. But it's still good, you know. Even if you overcook this thing slightly, you know, I mean, you can always combat that by adding the water like you saw. And also, if you overdo it, it just means that it's thicker than it normally would be, you know. Anyway, there you go. Let's have a look at the taste test now. There you go. As you can see, it took 35 minutes. 5 minutes or a little bit more, you can account for the mistiming of the hash browns. If I'd have fixed that, you could probably, you know, it would take a little under 30 minutes if I'd have got the hash browns timed correctly. But even without that, you know, 35 minutes. Okay, and there is the hash brown stir fry with chicken and, what was it, 6 veg? Peas, sweet corn, onion, Brussels sprouts, carrot, can't remember what else. What else? Broccoli. Not bad sauce. This sauce is the Mexican tangy sauce. 2 jars for £1 in Poundland. I don't know if they're still doing that deal, but this was like a few weeks ago. Broccoli still got some crunch. Is a bit of Brussels sprout. Not so much, sort of, you know, chewy. No, not so much crunchy, but still nice. That's the thing, you can throw any vegetable in here. I mean, you saw what I threw in there. Even if you've got a couple of Brussels, a bit of cabbage, a bit of parsnip, some swede, you know, a little bit left over from your last meal, throw it in. It's all good. Normally you find peppers and maybe peas, but you know, who's to say goes in your stir fry? You know, it's all good. Anyway, that is how you make the stir fry involving all those vegetables and hash brown. Very easy, not a lot to it. And there you have it. Let me know what you think, and thank you for watching.